you, Terry Schilling, the Terry Schilling, if I may, going from essentially an obscure activist to shaping a presidential campaign. And you can tell me if I'm exaggerating a little bit there. But the news reported that you were the activist who persuaded Republicans to target trans rights. You flew to Mar-a-Lago 2024 with data that changed the campaign's direction. Walk us through that moment. What did you believe that no one believed yet? Uh, what was the spark that put you over the edge to make that trip?
Well, just to clarify, I did a ton. I really did. I worked my tail off. I raised millions of dollars. I ran those millions of dollars in campaign ads attacking politicians, both Republicans and Democrats, who were hurting our children or hurting our daughters and their privacy and their safety for years, over 8 years, really. And I don't feel comfortable taking full credit for President Trump uh, doing what he did. I will say this: I helped create that environment. I helped convince politicians and activists and other thought leaders and people in the media that opposing and fighting against the trans insanity that was wreaking havoc across our country and sweeping it, I convinced them that that was a smart political play to take that on and to fight them. And all I did was show them the consistent polling in opposition to men and girls sports, to giving children chemical castration drugs and mutilation surgeries for these sex change procedures. I just showed them where the American people are. And that document that I'm showing President Trump in the picture I have, it's me showing him the vote impact that women's sports and protecting women's sports more specifically had on the electorate in Wisconsin, in Arizona. We shifted 47,000 votes in Wisconsin. We shifted 38,000 votes in Arizona. All I was showing President Trump was, this makes sense, this adds voters to your column, and this is how you can win. Do the right thing, right? This town is full of Christian and pro-family organizations and leaders that I truly do love. That's not a throwaway line. I really do love them. But they will ask politicians to risk their reelection and lose to do the right thing. That's not how politics works. That's not how our country works. Asking a politician to lose an election and by taking a super risky position is crazy. Now, I'm all for throwing the long ball. I'm all for throwing Hail Marys. But if you know that the polling is bad on an issue and that voters are vehemently against it, you're doing political malpractice by telling a politician to just do the right thing. You're going to get them unelected. They're going to get replaced by someone who's much worse than them. And it's all about doing the will of the American people. We have to serve God, and we have to also make sure that we can get what needs to get done through the American people. That's all I did. I just spent millions of dollars in the campaign, measured those results against a control group to see how many voters we were actually impacting. And then I shared those results with senators, with governors, and with President Trump. And we're going to keep doing this because politicians, their DNA, their genetics is to get reelected. And so we're going to play within that field, and we're going to push the ball forward everywhere we can. And what you're going to see is, once we secure protecting children from adult content online through age verification, if we get a nationwide law, you're going to have a much bigger door open to pass other good reforms that our country needs to save our families and to protect our children. So once you pass legislation, you move the ball forward and you have more opportunities. I'm an incrementalist. I like big picture incrementalism, though. I like things that are explosive and revolutionary. But in terms of these issues, these social issues and the culture war issues, where people have a very hard time changing, we've got to work with where they're at and then slowly move to change the laws.